Hi. Well, first of all, I have to thank you for all the support. It's always very encouraging that I get quite a lot of comments and interesting and encouraging comment, of course. And well, one of the, I would say not common, but a request from the viewers, which I, very happy that when you raise question and ask me to talk about this or that, and when I find a certain topic of general interest, I will talk about it. So one request is if I can answer the question, is CCP really so strong? Okay, for me this is a question of general interest, in my opinion. Yeah, but again, before I answer the question, don't forget, check your subscription. Still happen that people lost their subscription, and it works if you resubscribe it. Okay. Is CCP really so strong? Well, there are quite a few people who think that CCP or CCP's controlled China is strong, is as strong as America. Some even say stronger than America. I remember I attended an international debate, online debate, for just a few weeks ago, and it was expert from national security, and expert in sinology in China. A couple of them was claiming that China is just too strong now. We have to accept it. Yeah, this old theory about China being the rising power and replacing a declining power, USA. So just accept the fact. Yeah, my fans, you all know that I don't agree with that theory. So it is really worth looking into this question. How strong is CCP? For me, I just don't agree to look at the military side, because those experts in that debate was claiming, China is now building double so many warships every year than America, and China has that and that many rockets, that and that many this and that. Because in the case of a war, it is not only the military might that decide the outcome of a war. So I would like to share with you, or at least I try to look at it in a holistic way. The whole picture. So we can start with the military. Militarily, I still claim that as a whole, American military power is still stronger than China and the CCP. I mean, we cannot just look at the quantity. We have to look at the quality, and all the things behind the weaponry. So when you look at the Air Force, I just give you one example. One of the key elements in Air Force, in Air Force weapon, of course, is a jet fighter. Now, the key thing in a jet fighter is the engine, because in fighting a war, the engine is under extreme strain. Suddenly you have to accelerate full speed, and suddenly you turn that direction full speed, and then you brake and so on. So that engine, not everybody can build. Now I can tell you that the American technology is still far leading, and China has not even managed to make their own engine, to design their own engine. Their best jet fighter is still using a Russian design, a license from Russia, okay? Because they cannot acquire the engine from America, and probably have not been able to steal the technology either when it comes to Air Force. So, a Navy, I mentioned it before, one of the, so to say, characteristic of a Navy is the aircraft carrier. Even in quantity, China is far behind. They have 2 aircraft carriers, and they're building a 3rd one, a 4th one is under construction. But those 2, which we have seen, is technology at least 20 years behind American. You know? So, and actually, they make the kind of demonstration with the aircraft carrier. And the aircraft carrier, Liaoning, yeah, came, want to sail from Japan all the way down to South China Sea, and somewhere on the way, it gets stuck, and probably there was a bug, there was a trouble on board. So it stopped there for 2 days or so and could not move. So, I mean, believe me, they don't even have a aircraft carrier driven by nuclear power. So all the smoke coming out and the limited distance and so on. And the army, I mean, even more behind actually. Yeah, and they only outnumber the American army, but number, quantity, as I say, is not everything. Yeah, and then you have a new type of weaponry, and that is a space weapon. Well, the only thing China may be stronger than America is the anti-satellite weapon. Yeah, and then you have the cyber army. Yeah, that they may be, so to say, stronger than America. Not that technologically they are more advanced, but morally they have no constraint. There's no threshold. In America or in all Western countries, you have a lot of law tying the intelligence survey. You are not supposed to do all sorts of crazy things with internet. Yeah, you breach the law. But with the CCP, who care? Yeah, so they have no problem to hack into any system and make damage in other country and so on. They because with law you cannot stop them with a legal system. So they don't have any respect for legal system. Now, in case a nation move into a war, yeah, so you have to rely on your technology. You have to rely on your people. And how about that in the case of CCP? Well, technology-wise, I can tell you that the reliability has always been a chronicle problem. I myself have been working with the automation technology, industrial automation and power system automation. The technology itself is very similar to military technology needed by the military for automate. A missile is also an automatic system. So, and I know that the Chinese are not stupid people. They are also intelligent. So they have people who can, design very intelligent algorithm and writing software. But to make complex software reliable, running in all situations, in all environment, that's the art of modern technology, and they are behind. I know that they are far behind. When I was still doing business in China, for example, my company, our price was 10 million, and the Chinese competitor 5 million, much cheaper. They won, and you know why? The customer buy them because they are half the price. But then they told me, the customer told me that the Chinese system went down very frequently. But no problem, because the Chinese company afford to send 2 engineers, 2 specialists, staying at the customer all the time, day and night, and fix all the problems. We can't do it, sending someone from Europe or from North America, right? So they have reliability problem. Now, then what about reliability of the people? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you remember I talked about the defector. Well, it is still not confirmed. This historically highest ranking defector, we still don't know if it is true, if it is a fact. But we do know that in the past, there have been many Chinese defectors betraying CCP and left CCP and come to the free world. The opposite direction, very seldom. I don't know many of them, of high-ranking American official defected America to China, but the opposite direction many times. Yeah, so that is a big weakness in case of a war, right? Now, so that they cannot rely on their own people. What about in a war, it's very important that you have a strong solidarity in your country and also outside your country. Well, in China, I can tell you that there is not much solidarity to talk about inside this party, CCP, because they have been fighting like hell all the time in the history, in the 100 years history of Chinese Communist Party. There has always been power game, power struggle going on. Right now again, the gang of Jiang Zemin and the gang of Xi Jinping, they are fighting each other. So how can you make a big fight in a big war? Huh? And outside China, I mentioned before, how many countries really want to be an alliance with China? I mean, in United Nations and Human Rights Conference, they get a lot of votes from poor countries in Africa, Asia, and South America. But are they really allies? No. They give them a vote because they got a lot of money from CCP. Yeah, and if there's no money, no music. So this is, you cannot, even CCP people really know they cannot rely on them. And now when the Western world, after G7, started to launch this, so to say, a counter project to one Belt, One Road, yeah? So you will see a lot of developing countries will move to, so internationally there's not much solidarity to talk about. But finally, one thing, they may be stronger than the West. And that is on the strategy side, which is also important to have a winning strategy. And their strategy is very simple, that what I mention many times and remind of people of the free world, their strategy is unrestricted warfare. Yeah? Nothing stops them doing any evil deed. That's their strength, I tell you. Yeah, they have always been following the principle: the end justifies the mean, and their end is power, power, power. Take power, get power, maintain power. For that, any means is okay. So it's like fighting with the mafia. These mafia people, they can kill you. They can kill you by shooting you at the head. They can also kill you by poisoning your food, and all sorts of things. And we are now facing a CCP, most probably is CCP, who has purposely spread the COVID-19 virus. Is a biological warfare, and they probably have also a chemical weapon. So this is the danger for the free world, because they don't have any moral constraint. They can go for any means to win a war. Yeah. So and they can manage to make many Chinese to do that because they are also good in deception, good in lying, good in propaganda. So they have cheated hundreds of millions of Chinese to believe in their version of the truth. And because in China there is zero press freedom and no freedom of expression. So that's why if the free world managed to do as Donald Trump wanted to do, to pull down the Chinese Great Firewall, yeah? So that the Chinese people have free access to true information. That will be the end of CCP. Because right now they have power only because 100 millions and several hundred millions Chinese people are cheated by them and support them. If that support disappears, it's the end of the show. Thank you for today, and don't forget, if you like it, click like. And do make your comments and support us, please, through Patreon or PayPal. Thank you. Bye-bye.